Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. So look, Caitlyn Clark is officially heading to NBC in just a few days, and we all know what that means. The producer over there straight up said she's the biggest thing in basketball right now. Not just women's basketball. Basketball, period. And that comment? Yeah, it lit a fire. I already dropped a video on it, and people were heated. Some folks say, oh, it's just a few angry fans on Twitter. Nah, it's bigger than that. There's a real tension building between the old guard and the new wave. And Caitlyn Clark, she's right in the middle of it. Ken Swift actually tweeted yesterday. Said, executive producer of NBC knows what we all know, unfortunately. Comments like this don't sit well with the other players in legacy WNBA media. Anytime Caitlyn gets a nice accolade, it happens. Time cover, everyone should be on the cover. Sneaker, Ajay should be first. Triple-double, big win, monkey noises. We already talked about this previous video, okay? And right after that blew up, of course, the WNBA quietly deleted like it never even happened. Yeah, the WNBA deleted the post. Yeah, here it said. The WNBA recently shared an Instagram post highlighting Caitlyn Clark's involvement in NBA broadcasting. The post was later deleted after drawing a wave of hostile and divisive responses in the comments. That reaction has become increasingly familiar. Whenever Clark is promoted, a segment of the conversation shifts away from her accomplishments and toward arguments about who else deserves recognition. Instead of celebration, the discourse turns corrective. Instead of momentum, it becomes defensive. This is embarrassing. Like, truly embarrassing. Every time one player gets shine, here come the loud, unhinged fans screaming, what about this person? What about that person? Non-stop. And the league actually bends the knee to that nonsense. That's the part that's pathetic. You don't grow a product by being scared of your own stars. You don't build anything real by constantly apologizing for success. Instead of standing firm and saying, yeah, this player is special, the WNBA keeps trying to please everybody. And when you try to please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. That's why the league looks confused right now. No direction, no backbone. Let's be real. The only reason the WNBA still matters is because it's backed by the NBA. Period. The biggest players in the world only play there because it's the main stage. And let's not lie to ourselves. Nobody actually cares about Unrivaled. The numbers don't lie. 90,000 viewers in primetime, 70,000 when it's not. That's nothing. That's not a movement. That's noise. So at this point, I'm like, why not just start your own league? Seriously. If Caitlyn, Paige, Angel, Sabrina, and Asia linked up and said, we're doing this ourselves, they could flip the entire sport overnight. Get 10 teams. Bring in real money. Rich owners. Even NBA owners who aren't tied to the WNBA. Same season, no NBA branding, same facilities, same structure, but as a separate investment. At some point, you stop begging for respect. You stop waiting for permission. You stop shrinking yourself. You build your own table and make everybody else come to you. And what makes it even embarrassing? First, they archived the post. Then, after fans went crazy on Twitter and everywhere else, they quietly brought it back. Like, come on, that's beyond embarrassing. Okay, let's see the fan reaction here. Said, WNBA and its supporting media open to this, and now they can't close the lid. This is a direct result of their media pundits pouring gasoline on whether she deserves anything when she came into the league. Yeah, 100%, man, you're right. Definitely. Plus, many old guard players are a huge part of the problem, too. A good example is the recent interview Aja Wilson did with Time magazine. Sure, she didn't mention Cece, but still, if you read between the lines, you get the clear point they were trying to make. Here said, if the W old guard can't handle a little objective truth after 2 years, I'm starting to think they never will. Not good for players, league, or fans. Yeah, man. Michael said, WNBA, please stop bending to the will of losers. This is so embarrassing. You couldn't just turn off the comments? In my opinion, you are the most unprofessional sports league, and WWE is more professional. Here said, at this point, I hope the WNBA fails and Caitlyn goes start her own league, get some serious backing, and whichever players want to join, they join up. She's the entire motion anyways. She's never going to start her own league. She's always been loyal to the WNBA and believes in it way too much to just walk away. I don't know why some of y'all keep acting like she'd ever quit and give up. That's not her. Wishing for the WNBA to fail is basically wishing for her to fail too. Here said, target on her back, and this young lady is still fighting for women's sports. I am so over all of this shit. Tell me one thing that could cause so much hatred. Don't give me that bullshit about her fan base. What the F did she do to deserve the attacks? Someone give me one thing. Yeah, man, this is embarrassing. Here said, you called it, Ken. Here said, I heard Elle Duncan actually called it out this time, which is shocking. Gotta find the clip. Look, when Elle Duncan got the job, my first reaction wasn't even bad. I was like, all right, Elle Duncan is not the worst. She's really not. Outside of the Cheryl Swope situation and that one clip where she said Caitlyn Clark fans were sucking the life out of the league, even though she hadn't talked about the league at all before that, other than those moments, Elle Duncan is fine. She's far from the worst. Way far. Does she use Caitlyn Clark in titles because it gets clicks? Yeah, but that's ESPN. That's the machine. That's not just her. And honestly, I'd rather see Elle Duncan hosting than see Renee Montgomery still getting jobs like nothing happened. Renee actively said she wants most of the fans to leave. That should be a disqualifier, period. You can't be a pundit and say you don't want the audience. And on top of that, she's an owner of a team. An owner! You can't be impartial when you literally have equity in the league. Could you imagine a part owner of an NBA team being on TV pretending to be neutral? That's a joke. But this is what really pisses me off. They can't even repost a positive Caitlyn Clark clip without taking it down. NBA on NBC posts something and boom, it has to be deleted, like it's illegal to say something good about her. I mean that. It is not politically correct to say Caitlyn Clark is great. You're just not allowed. If you rank the best players in the WNBA when everyone's healthy and you put Paige Beckers behind Caitlyn Clark, canceled, done, blacklisted. And that's why I'm so glad alternative media exists, because every single person credentialed and employed by the league is biased against Caitlyn, not neutral, against. There's no such thing as journalism without bias. That's impossible. But what we're seeing isn't mild bias. It's coordinated. It's cultural. It's ideological. It's like, imagine if you said LeBron was the GOAT and ESPN told you you couldn't work there. That's how insane this is. And here's the wildest part. If you say Caitlyn Clark is better than Paige Beckers, you're racist. That's one of the narratives. That's the take. And I'm sitting here like, am I missing something? I see them side by side. What am I not seeing? They say, well, Paige gave that speech years ago. Cool. Caitlyn said the exact same thing in Time magazine, word for word the same message. Caitlyn has given that SB speech 50 million times, but somehow only one of them gets credit. It's fucking embarrassing. Not just for the league, for sports. I just want the season to end so we can talk about basketball again instead of politics, narratives, and bullshit. May 8th can't come fast enough. I'll be in a hotel in Rome, 8 p.m. local time, losing my damn mind watching the Indiana Fever versus the Dallas Wings. I don't care where I am, I'm watching. Full lunatic mode, losing my shit every time Caitlyn takes a frustration three, yelling every time Kelsey Mitchell's foot is on the line, going absolutely berserk when the Fever win by 15. That's what this is supposed to be about. Basketball, energy, chaos, fun. Not whatever the fuck this is right now. Because right now, it's a terrible look. It's embarrassing. And the league deserves way better than this bullshit. They got so much backlash that they deleted it. They straight up deleted the post. And I mean that literally. Gone. Wiped. Like it never happened. And I'm serious when I say this. Caitlyn Clark is apparently not allowed to get a job, not allowed to get praise, not allowed to get opportunities. If Caitlyn gets something, there's instantly a problem. Why didn't X get it? Why didn't Y? Why not Z? Everyone else is allowed to get their flowers except her. You better believe when A'ja Wilson got her Time magazine cover, it was everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. No controversy, no outrage, no what about crowd. When A'ja gets a shoe deal, No issue. Celebration, love, respect. But when Caitlyn gets a shoe, oh, now it's a problem. When Caitlyn gets Rookie of the Year, suddenly it's racist voters. When Caitlyn makes first team over Sabrina, apparently that's racism too. Like, what the fuck are we even doing here? Caitlyn gets a triple-double, and instead of talking basketball, people invent a story about fake monkey noises in the crowd. Caitlyn outplays Angel, and let's be real, she cooked LSU in that senior year game. 40 points, 1 rebound off a triple-double, and the first thing people did was go search her social media to see if they could cancel her. Not talk hoops, not break down the game, not respect the performance. Nah, cancel culture first, basketball last. That's the part that kills me. Nothing is about basketball anymore. And the league caving to this shit is weak, it's soft, it's embarrassing, not just for the WNBA, for sports in general. And honestly, it's embarrassing for women's sports too, because it's proving every negative stereotype people already have, that it can't be taken seriously, that it's more about narratives than competition. Here's the truth. There is a world where the league can outgrow its own incompetent media. There is. But not if it keeps folding every time Twitter gets mad. Let players be great. Let stars be stars. Let basketball be basketball. Okay, let's actually think about this like a real sports league for once. This isn't some fantasy idea. Owners already do this. Kroenke owns Arsenal and the Denver Nuggets. FSG owns the Red Sox and Liverpool. The 49ers group owns Leeds. This is normal. This is allowed. So why the hell couldn't someone do it with women's basketball? Just go set up a franchise. In America, same season as the WNBA. 10 teams, 10 facilities. Get real arenas, 10,000 seats each. That's more than enough. You don't need some empty NFL stadiums looking embarrassing. 10,000 is perfect. You can fill that. You can build something real with that. Put the 5 on different teams. Caitlyn on one, Paige on one, Angel on one, Sabrina on one, Asia on one. Then throw Stewie on another, Nafisa on another, and draft the rest. 15 players per roster, 10 teams, 150 players. Do a fantasy-style draft and let it be real basketball. Not this kumbaya fucking nonsense. Not summer camp in Miami where everyone's best friends and nobody competes. Not 3-on-3 gimmicks. Not world tours and Project B vibes. No cute branding bullshit. Real 5-on-5, real TV deal, real rivalries, real pressure. And if there is competition, good. That's the point. Competition isn't bad. It's what makes people watch. People will tune in if the product is serious, if it's not a gimmick, if it's not watered down, if it's not scared of stars. Get those 5 players in and you're good. In the grand scheme, they're the ones that move the needle. Everyone else follows the gravity. Right now, what we're watching is fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the players, it's embarrassing for the league, it's embarrassing for the sport. At some point, you stop begging for respect. You build something that demands it. All right, I'm done. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe.